This channel is proudly brought to you by...
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Linking on my brain. Okay. Linking on my brain. I got linking on my brain. Whoa.
What's up, guys? It's Mike the MGTOW man again, bringing you another video. So in this video, I'd like to bring you guys a few clips from a show called Married with Children. Now, ironically, as a MGTOW, we are against marriage. But one thing that's interesting about the show is Al Bundy tended to display many truths of red pill knowledge. A lot of things that we learn in the red-pilled manosphere and in the MGTOW manosphere. A lot of things that we learn from men who were previously married. Now, in my personal opinion, if Al Bundy was a real person and he was really married and that was his real family, my consensus would be this: that eventually he would have been taken to the cleaners and the courts would have labeled him a misogynist pig, and he would have probably joined MGTOW in the end, because a lot of his beliefs actually align with ours. A lot of the conclusions about women that he has come to align with the same conclusions that we have come to with women. So check out these clips and let me know what you think below. And also, another thing that's interesting about this show is that a lot of the things that he said would not be acceptable today in this political correct atmosphere, in this gynocentric atmosphere, where you can't shame women for anything. You can't criticize or joke about women, otherwise you'll have a stampede at your doorstep. So, the things that you're about to see, this used to be on TV before women ruined it. Before women had been so silenced that we can't even joke about any of these things. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section below and enjoy this compilation.
Nobody really understands anything about women, and nobody ever will. But the one thing we know, they're the single greatest problem facing the world today. They must be stopped. You must make a stand. We're counting on you, son. Everybody in heaven is counting on me? Yeah. See, we hid from the women and had a meeting. From the first little worm they dare us to eat, to the last big shovel full of snow they convince us we can move, we're nothing more to women than an amusement park ride with life insurance.
I don't care what your little ruler says. I've been a 7 since I graduated from high school.
Well, these are 7s. The box says 9 because, look, lady, you're a 9. I can accept it. Why can't you?
You're very fresh.
No, ma'am, that's impossible. Because for the last hour, I've been trying to squeeze your foot into a shoe when I really should have been easing them into the box. So no, I'd say I'm anything but fresh. By the way, you want to tell John Henry over there to give the $100 pumps a rest?
Your ad says courteous service.
But that's not my ad, ma'am. That's the former owner's. He was killed tragically on this very spot when a size 9 exploded in his face.
Come on, Arnold. We're leaving.
I want a balloon.
You've already got one.
Jumping must have expanded my foot.
And I see you must have fallen on your butt a time or two.
How dare you say that to my face?
Well, I'd say it behind your back, but my car's only got half a tank of gas.
Just about had enough of you.
Well, you wouldn't say that if I came with fries and a medium drink. Medium, the size between small and you.
On our way, 2, 4, 6, 8. Come and fun. On our way.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna fall through the floor.
Think you're going? Aren't you open?
Sorry, ma'am, but unlike your mouth, we occasionally close.
With this attitude, you're gonna be working here for the rest of your life.
Well, take a gander into the seat next to you if you want to see what your future looks like.
Come, Penelope. Let's go someplace where they treat us with respect.
Try the moon, you'll weigh less.
Miss, Blaub.
Ms. Loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Your name was partially obscured by some errant flesh. As I was saying, I'm just not going to take anything, unlike you at a buffet. So, what do you have for me?
Some men in speed stick in my desk.
Well, let me give you a little tip. It goes under your arms. If you could ever get them horizontal.
It's like when you're sitting somewhere and they come over and they say to you, "What are you thinking?" And you start thinking, you know, if I wanted you to know, I'd be talking. But you can't actually say that to them or else they'll kill you. You see, it's this whole period, PMS thing. I'm not a doctor. But I think that PMS stands for pummel men's scrotums.
You don't have to tell Santa what you want for Christmas. You want a pair of breasts. Just like a grown-up woman. But Santa says, be happy with what you've got.
Are you comfortable?
Sure, Al.
How could you be without a backbone? You know damn well you and me wanted this pool table. How come she's the one racking the balls?
Al, it wasn't worth fighting about.
Oh, sure, our rights are not important. Anything a woman says is fine with us. Geez, when did men become such losers? It used to be so great to be a man. Women were there to please us. They'd look after the kids and we'd go out and have a good time. That's the natural order of things. What happened, Steve?
Well, Al...
I'll tell you what happened, Steve. Somebody told women they should start enjoying sex too. That was the beginning of the end. Now they like it, but it's work for us. Everything's work for us. It's this equality thing. It's killing us. I'm just a lonely boy. Women can't live with them. The end.
And as you all can see, Al Bundy was quite red-pilled. Now, obviously, he wasn't a MGTOW man. You know, he was in a marriage, but he was definitely red-pilled to some degree. And you could definitely see that the more he was around women because of his domestic life, you know, as a married man who has kids, the more he was around women, the more he understood their nature. And the more he started to understand their dark female nature. And it made him quite miserable. Now, he hid it behind the jokes, but you could tell that the more he became, aware of dark female nature, the less enjoyable marriage became for him. And it's interesting because in today's day and age, you can't have things like that on sitcoms. You can't have things like that on television. Because women will complain that it's sexist and that it's misogynist and they will have it removed. Now, if Al Bundy was a real man in real life, like I said, if that was his real family, she would have left him eventually because women do not allow men to be that outspoken. Maybe at the beginning of the relationship, you can be outspoken, have all your opinions. She won't tell you that it pisses her off. But as soon as you propose, you get married, you put a ring on that finger. Next thing you know, you're trapped. And suddenly she starts to tell you how disgusting you are for having those opinions. Next thing you know, she tries to manipulate, control, and censor you as a man. Now, I quite enjoyed those clips. But if he was a real man, she would have divorced him eventually, and in today's day and age, perhaps he would have become MGTOW. And maybe that's the reason why they don't allow clips like that on television. Because things like that might appeal to men like us who agree with a lot of the statements that a man like that would say. We live in a gynocentric world, guys. Make no mistake. They do not allow men to be men anymore on television and in the real world. They tell us how to sit. They tell us what to think, what to feel, what to watch on television. You know, we've all heard the term happy wife, happy life. But as you could see, he didn't seem so happy deep down. Did he? And the title of the show was called Married with Children, ironically. Maybe the reason why that show stopped airing, maybe the real reason is because, you know, his character exposed a lot about dark female nature. And he was an unapologetic male. In today's day and age, they would sit there and say that, oh, he has toxic masculinity. That's what they would say. They'd say he's a display of toxic masculinity. Simply because he's voicing his controversial opinions. And his humor is not that, you know, appealing to women, but his humor is definitely appealing to men. That's another reason why they wouldn't allow a character like that to be, you know, aired on, you know, television in today's age. Anyways, let me know what you think in this comment section below. This is Mike the MGTOW Man, sign off, and as always, never give in, never surrender, MGTOW for life.
Women were there to please us. They'd look after the kids and we'd go out and have a good time. That's the natural order of things. What happened, Steve?
Well,
I'll tell you what happened, Steve. Somebody told women they should start enjoying sex too. That was the beginning of the end. Now they like it, but it's work for us. Everything's work for us. It's this equality thing. It's killing us.
Feminism is cancer. Thank you very much.
Linking on my brain. Okay. Linking on my brain. I got linking on my brain. Whoa.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.